Red clover is a prostate perennial legume capable of high yields of over 10 tonne of dry matter a hectare from zero nitrogen fertiliser, as it is capable of fixing up to 150 to 250 kilograms of nitrogen a hectare from the atmosphere. Its flowers are also a valuable source of feed for pollinators. It is most commonly used as a 2 to 4 year silage lay, growing straight or alongside ryegrass or a high-yielding short-term grass such as Italian or hybrid rye, to produce highly digestible, high-quality, high-protein feed to reduce concentrate supplementation, with the aftermath grazing providing one of the best lamb finishing swards. It can, however, be used as a grazing-only sward, either as a high clover sward or within a conventional or herbal lay-type sward, with its inclusion boosting lamb and young stock growth rates, as well as better maintaining dam body condition score. It also maintains quality well through into late summer when grass quality is often depleted. Unlike white clover, which has branched creeping stems called stolons, which make it better suited to intensive short grazing, red clover has a prostate growth habit and a single growing point called the crown, which is easily damaged. As such, persistency under set stocked continuous grazing is often poor, as stock graze it too low, damaging the crown, and will selectively graze it out, depleting energy reserves and leading to eventual loss. As such, rotational grazing to provide rest and control of residual is essential for good persistency of red clover. Same as the recommendation for silage cutting is to set the mower higher to no lower than 7 to 8 centimetres. Grazing should also maintain a higher residual of 6 centimetres compared to grazing down to 4 centimetres typical on grass sward rotations. Winter grazing and grazing during wet periods should also be avoided so as to avoid damaging the crown. With careful grazing and cutting methods, producers such as Emily are achieving superior persistency of red clover compared to that often quoted.
So I've got red clover in my sward because red clover is a really highly digestible plant and it's really palatable. So it's a really brilliant plant to be able to grow kilos of live weight. I have growing rams here and we can maximise that growth. It also is really highly digestible during the summer as well. Often we find that ryegrass is losing its digestibility as we move through the summer. So it actually helps to maintain digestibility as we move through. Also, the main reason it's here is nitrogen fixation. So I don't use bag fertiliser here at all, but red clover is fixing quite a lot of nitrogen into the system. When it flowers, actually, the flowers are really attractive to pollinators. So it's a plant that's really ticking a lot of boxes here and able to meet lots of requirements. So I'm on daily shifts for grazing here, so the sheep are behind wires, because with really palatable plants, highly attractive plants, then there's the risk that sheep will overgraze them. So daily shifts give me that control to make sure that I'm not overgrazing them. And I'm also staying off. It's really important not to be grazing red clover during really wet periods or during the winter. It needs that time to build up its root reserves and not to cause damage to the crown. The other thing that I've done is allowed the first year after sowing, I've allowed it to set seed. So there's certainly a few plants still there because it's a plant as well that only lasts for about 3 to 4 years in a sward. I'd rather my grazing swards are lasting a little bit longer than that, so I've allowed it to set seed and can definitely see some of the plants through there. I've also got an area where I don't have any grass in with the red clover, and actually that seems to be easier to manage in terms of persistence and that setting seed working really well.